damage, potentially being able to act again a second time, and then you can even switch to the power after that one, just makes it that much better, where the power stance, I guess, is better helping for just like regular farming or whatever. Like if you just don't have that extra damage just yet to one-shot them, then you can take that and one-shot people with the extra power stance. And if you're farming, that will help out a little bit in that regard. Overall, the biggest pet peeve I would have about it would be fall damage is absolutely stupid, and if it's going to exist, it needs to be reduced. Because you should not be at any point dying in this game due to fall damage. It just seems dumb. That fall damage even exists, but if you're really insistent on keeping fall damage in this game, at least like minimize it a bit. Or at least make it so no matter what fall you go to, at least if it's a single fall, you can't outright get one shot from fall damage. That's just ridiculous. What else? The deer could definitely have some better turning. The bear currently, I can't really say too much on it because I haven't used it enough, but it really doesn't seem that useful. It's like, oh, you can look for treasures or whatever, so I guess if you farm up treasures long enough, then that will make up the extra utility for it, or viability between the three of them. Snizzler being able to climb the actual environment is it's right up there with the deer in terms of being the best. And the current area is definitely more so better. Unsurprisingly, I mean, we're literally in mountains, so those two are definitely unique in their situations. Of course, you want the deer on plains, you want the climber in mountains. And the bear kind of just exists as, seems more like a mini game than anything, which is not bad. It's just, I don't know. Yeah. Some fall damage. That really just killing me, man. Also, not having all the Pokemon in the game. Really, just, why are we doing this? You know it, we all know that you have enough room to put every Pokemon in the game. We've seen it done in multiple generations, even on the DS of all things. So if the Switch somehow cannot hold 800 plus Pokemon or whatever, but the DS could, like, what are we doing? Like, who's not doing the file compression correctly or whatnot? If like the actual gigabyte download size or whatever is concerned. And then if you get off the eShop anyways, you're getting off of your servers more than likely, in which case it wouldn't matter anyways, because your servers are in theory gonna be able to hold enough. Then again, Nintendo servers are Nintendo servers, so you know what, I suppose that could be it too. Overall, very positive. There certainly is some a little bit of nuisance, a little bit of just quality of life changes that could yet still be introduced into the game, but we'll see where it goes from here. I don't know if they're actually going to end up doing any more work on this game, maybe some patches or something, people end up finding ways to break it. Other than that, yeah, I'm enjoying it. I would say if you love Pokemon, go ahead and get this. If you got a Switch, I just thankfully got one for Christmas, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to play this, and it would have been very sad. I would have bought one at some point anyways, I'm sure, but thankfully I didn't have to put my own resources into it, so that makes it all the better, right? With that, you guys have a good one. We'll see you tomorrow. I don't know when we're going to do tomorrow, because, yeah, the whole 12-hour stream things. So we'll see at what time. As always, just look out for the tweet on Twitter, because as soon as you see it within the next 5 minutes or so, we're going to be playing the game. Unless I send one out that says like a specific time, if I feel like I'm going to be able to do something like that, which doesn't always happen. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. We'll see if that actually works out the way that we want to do it. Really just enjoying the, clearly, I mean, 24 hours and 48 24 or 48 hours, it more or less has been Pokemon. So, and yet I'm still having fun with it. We still have presumably 2 more wars, nobles, whatever you want to call them. Probably an encounter with Arceus, if anything. Maybe an encounter with Palkia and Dialga as well. We'll see how that goes. What else could we potentially run into? We have, like, no real, at least no outright crime organization or anything, like, to interact with this, which is interesting. Although they seem to be more so foreshadowing towards a conflict breaking out between the Diamond and Pearl clan more than anything. Which will probably then get Palkia and Dialga involved, which Arceus will probably then come down and sit both of them down if I just had to take a random guess at it. I wonder if we'll actually end up getting Arceus in this game. We might. It'd be the first one that we actually get him if you don't go through certain means in the older games to actually get him through certain game files and whatnot. But even then, he's not even the strongest one in the game, depending on which generations you get him in. Because if you get him in like the Megas or whatever, it's Mewtwo Y or Mewtwo X or something like that. Mega Mewtwo Y or Mega Mewtwo X, one of those two had like the highest stats naturally because it's Mewtwo. And they haven't updated Arceus stats in forever. I believe it's 100 in each, so it ends up being like 600 total, which is still massive. But yeah, Mega Evolutions kind of broke everything, which is not really surprising why they ended up what seems to be doing away with them. But then we had stuff like Dynamax and stuff in Sword and Shield, so it still seems like they're trying to do something along those lines, but not necessarily just that. Yeah, hard seam, huh? It is, something. I mean, if it's just non-compatible on all of these, I'm sure we'll get Arceus in this, because otherwise, everything leads to suggest that they could take it. Like, why couldn't Super Hot take a Splash Plate like it normally would? But then it says it allows that Pokemon to gain the power of the Water type, which, Arceus's thing, or Arceus's ability in other games is, what, it's not, I don't think it's multi-scale, but that sounds kind of right. But either way, it's like, oh, insert plate, become X type. Insert a fairy plate, become a fairy type. Insert fire, become a fire type, etc., etc. It starts as a normal type. Has judgment, gravity, and like 2 other moves, which apparently gravity is OP. It doesn't sound like it in the actual move description, but then when you go into the actual, like, mechanics behind it and you look at it, you're like, this thing's actually broken. Although the game never says it, like many of the mechanics in this game, and then you go somewhere that actually has like the mechanics steeled out and you're like, some of these moves are like extremely good, yet the way that they're worded in game makes them sound like not great. Alright, we've held you here long enough. Appreciate everybody. If you guys did make it to the 12 hours, if you're on YouTube when this does come out, like, leave a comment or something, be like, I survived all 12 hours or something along with me. That makes it sound like I wasn't having fun doing this, but I did. I did have one salty part, which I can't throw away my dubious dish, which still hurts. It won't hurt after tomorrow, I'm sure, but for the time being, look at my poor Porygon and be like, this could be a Porygon Z right now, had that not have happened. Yeah. I'm generally happy for what our party came out. It's very unique, for sure. I mean, some are you're like, well, but I mean, it's a starter, come on now. And then you can be like, I don't agree on, it's an evolution, but you're really gonna tell me if you had the option for an evolution, you're not gonna take one? Come on now. Oh, I didn't even move the chat message along on the chat stream. Ah, well. Figure that out later. Yeah, overall, relatively happy with the team here. Could it be better? Oh, absolutely. But we wanted a team that was different, and here we are. All right. We've been here long enough. You guys have a good one. We'll hopefully see you guys tomorrow if everything works out. When I'm gonna be able to stream this tomorrow, that's gonna be a good one. I don't necessarily have anything planned tomorrow as far as I'm aware, but people generally like to make things for me to do, so we'll see how that goes. Yeah, you guys have a new oh, it's after 12 hours, man. It's you're gonna have to work with me here. You guys have a good one, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow. If we're not gonna be able to stream tomorrow, I'll tweet that out. Otherwise, just look for the tweet tomorrow. If you guys aren't on Twitter, what are you doing? The link's right there, just saying. If anything, also, I almost forgot. Hit me up with follows on Twitch, man. I know that's probably not the greatest way of asking for it, but as soon as we get 50, we can start keeping these up longer for all our Twitch people, and we can start using personal emotes. We can start using more emotes because we have Bear BTTV in here. We should at least. I don't think anything necessarily changed to stop that from happening. Well, I'm not outright seeing it right here. No, it's definitely in there. I might have to relink it or something. Either way, alright, see ya.